What's up, YouTube? What's up, Discord? Getting close there, Just out in on the west coast here. I'll turn it around for you. This is like, I guess, weekend update sort of situation. Throughout the week, as I always say in all of my videos now, you can pretty much catch all the information throughout the week in the Discord. Group is coming along so well. I'm very proud of everybody in there. My initial goal I set out was to create a group in a room full of traders. When it started, people just wanted to be followers, and that's not the vision I had whatsoever. And it's all come together. It's a man, I got this place to myself, guys. This is amazing. There is some people over here having a fire, but I mean, all this to myself? Wow. Anyways, it's a room full of traders. We had a lot of people in there this week, sharing call outs, sharing alerts, sharing news and vital information that was actionable information so that you could make money on the stock market this week. Every week we have it, but just in this week in particular, it felt, it's just feeling more and more like exactly what I wanted it to be all along. And proof is in the pudding. We had some people posting some monstrous gains this week. We had one individual making, she made about 15 grand this week on a smaller account. So a lot of that come from Boeing Airlines. That was called out, I believe, since the earnings. I called that out. Not just me, other people were also in on it as well, ensuring everybody was up to date on the information for Boeing Airlines. They're really getting off their feet. They've been kind of downtrodden for years, and since their plane was grounded from the unfortunate 2 crashes a long time ago, but they have military contracts as well. It's a 2-pony show, guys. It's them and Airbus. That's it. There's not alternatives. So unless you're anti-airlines, I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. The fact that stock is in the 2s and something like Nvidia is in the 5s, kind of like from 145 earlier this year, mind you. I mean, it's just, sure, AI is big, but it's just a catchphrase so far this year. There's nothing actionable or earnable on that as of yet. You can't see it in the distance, but Washington is over there. So there you go. If I zoom, you can see Washington. Hi. Anyways, so outside of that, we had Spirit Airlines, something I've been talking about since the 7s. My lord, it's over 15 bucks now, guys. You're up over 100%. So congratulations to everybody who took what I had to say on that and ran with it on YouTube and on the Discord. Personally, still holding a lot of sold puts for next year at 5 bucks, so we can virtually call that free money. Thousands ready to come my way to start next year off. So looking forward to that since it's now December. What else? Oh, iRobot. The dip buyers were rewarded there. iRobot came in. Man, that's a big one. Ooh, you could surf these for sure. iRobot dip buyers were rewarded. It's now over 36. Not as confident on iRobot as I am like Spirit Airlines, to be honest with you. I mean, the deal is for 51.75, but we're a few months out yet, and we're not entirely sure what's going to happen with the FTC. I would imagine it goes through regardless. If you look on Amazon, they have hundred. I wouldn't say hundreds. Okay, but they have many vacuums and whatnot. The whole situation with they're going to control the market on vacuums is laughable. I mean, Costco sells vacuums. Your local hardware, like a Home Depot, sells vacuums, so they're not going to be like some kind of monopoly on vacuums. I don't know why they're so Something going on with iRobot, I don't know, but I would imagine it goes through without a hitch. And they were already The price was $61.75, and they brought it down to $51.75. So that's like a win for Amazon shareholders, because that would have been a big expense considering the stock was down to 28 bucks. But it's a little bit of a buy and hold situation, right? You buy it and then you wait. February 14th is as outlined, where when we're going to hear more on this announcement. They sort of played it out as if it was like an imminent thing, and that was never the case. And I did say that in my last video, which was a full week ago. I haven't done one in a week. You know, my priority is the Discord and my personal life. It is not YouTube. It never was. I did YouTube pretty heavily way back about a year ago, but you know, and I appreciate and love all my followers and supporters. But the nitty gritty, the juicy stuff is all in the Discord. You need to be in the Discord if you want to be a part of it. That's where I'm able to post charts, areas of support, areas of resistance, links to content. It's just, YouTube just doesn't allow for really much of that. If YouTube were to come around and be more like a Discord, I could see people really flocking to YouTube. They'd also have to completely eliminate their censorship, however, which seems to be a problem. Whoa! Almost got me there. I think it's getting higher. I might have to get out of here. Yeah, it's coming way up. So, what was I going to say? Oh, with respects to that, let's just actually touch on that real quick, because I just told people about that in the Discord earlier. Is General Motors, okay? It's been a rough year for them. Man, these waves are getting big! General Motors put out a non-woke... Oh, there's a sea otter, or a sea lion. I don't know if you can see it. Put out a non-woke commercial for... how the hell is he even swimming in that? For Christmas. So it's been a really bad year for GM, obviously, and the strike, losing market share to Tesla and BYD and Rivian and other rivals. Well, Rivian's kind of a pretender in my books. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's probably going to go bankrupt, but we'll pretend, right? We'll pretend. So anyways, so they put out a non-woke ad to sort of, kind of like the Bud Light situation. They're just kind of sick of the narrative, sick of trying to pander to people that aren't even the core demographic. You know, I don't want to, you know, act like I know it all, but I don't think your demographic would be like non-binary lesbian women. Let's just put it like, I'm not even trying to be sexist. I'm not trying to be anti-gay or anything like. I'm just saying that's not your, you know, a truck is for work. Those people are not out there doing forestry, paving roads. Yeah, I mean, they're really not. I don't care if you can find me one-off cases. If you're the person who's going to try and argue with me on that, please just unsubscribe, because you live in a false reality. The fact is, the vast majority of these jobs are 99% male, and your demographic is straight white, or I shouldn't say white, actually. Slip of the tongue, really. I'm just looking at all the white here. Straight males, right? Straight males, and or just men in general. All races, all colors. That was just kind of a slip. Men, right? That's your demographic. You should be catering to them. And family men too is probably a big one of that. You know, obviously a lot of single men, but family men on top of that, okay? So the commercials should reflect that, so that you could get some brand recognition and just some sentiment towards your product. So I think they did a good job there. I think that is going to go well for them into... holy shit, that's coming in hot. I think that's going to go well for them coming into the end of the year. Disney is going at it with Bob Iger, or with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is going at it with Bob Iger. So even just within the last 12 hours, he posted on Twitter some advertising statistics, saying, because they were pulling ads from Twitter, which honestly, who gives a shit in my books? I don't need a Disney ad for some woke movie anyway, so I'm kind of glad they're pulling it. But you know, in terms of ad revenue, they kind of want it and need it. So, but he shows that they're flocking to places like TikTok, which is quite interesting because the US government is trying to shut down TikTok, but which is laughable. It has over 3 billion users, which is almost half of the population of Earth. Good luck with that, Biden and you retards on the left that are like extremely far left and think that you can silence human beings. Good job. No thanks, and you're gonna fail. But he's going to war with them. So I was, you know, bullish on Disney because it was down at the 80s, which if you picked it up in the 80s, you've been handsomely rewarded. It was like 96 bucks. You know, so you were up like 16 bucks a share, guys, on Disney, which is massive. And I would love to have been bullish still. Unfortunately, they're going to war with the guy who has, I would say he has the most reach in the whole world next to Donald Trump. If Donald Trump were to come back to Twitter, it would be insane. So I don't think he ever will, but we could be in for a real crazy 2024 if that happens. And who knows, maybe now that he sees Elon is going up against it, maybe something happens there, right? So we got to keep an eye on that. So that's going to be DWAC. People are going to be like, oh, yeah, I got to buy DWAC. Let me reiterate, DWAC is bogus. It's nothing to do with Trump. They tried to raise capital using Trump's name and trying to say they were going to get Truth Social. They were going to buy them out. It's just a bunch of scammers. Executive scammers that are scamming people's money away from them. I would not be a part of DWAC. They gotta be on their final friggin' they gotta be on their final extension, like I swear. Look at that. You can see all the way across. Which is pretty crazy because it's been rainy, like all that is rain right there. All that is rain and yeah, I'm gonna zoom out. It's all rain clouds and whatnot. That's a big storm there. But yeah, guys, DWAC is a scam. Stay the hell away from DWAC if I was you. You're not going to make money there. It's going to sell out from under you. I believe the sellout price is $11.35 or $12.35. So you're going to be at wannabe. If you're looking to short it, 13 bucks is the best price target you could get there. But yeah, just kind of wanted to give an update on what I'm looking at coming in the next weeks. We'll have earnings postings in the Discord, so you kind of know what to play, what gets upgraded, what gets downgraded. We need to start looking a lot more into the downgrades too. We look a lot into the upgrades. We don't look as much into the downgrades, but the downgrades are pretty important and vital as well. Downgrades could bleed into the sector too. Like, for example, let's say NVIDIA ever got a downgrade, which it's not. But let's just pretend. You know, that's going to bleed into your AMDs, your Cisco's, your Microns, your, you know, Snow. Microsoft. It's going to bleed across the board. So don't forget about the downgrades, guys. I know we love the upgrades and we play the upgrades. Speaking of upgrades, I forgot to mention too, Paramount. Another one that I put on people's radar all the way down to 11 and 12 bucks, guys. Paramount Plus. Todd did many videos on it. 100-plus-year-old American movie company. Top Gun movies, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to say Transformers. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But you got a lot of brands under their belt, and they are teaming with Apple. My God, this could be the thing that pushes Apple over 200 a share, which is disgusting because that's going to be well over $3 trillion. $1 of Apple, guys, is like 12 AMCs. Just so you know. It might even be like 15 now because AMC's down so much. But if you're into meme plays and you think, oh my God, it's going to go to the moon, it's 7, it's going to go to 8 and 9 and 10. It doesn't. $1 on Apple, you guys. And I've been saying this for a year now. Is equivalent to 12 AMCs, the entirety of the whole market cap, okay? Like a single dollar. You really got to start looking at mega caps, guys. That's where your big money is going to be. That's where your big profits and your life-changing money is going to be. It's going to be in the large caps and the mega caps It's not going to be in any of these shitty small cap memes. You run the risk of getting the rug pulled out from under you at any time on those. It's just a lot less likely on the mega caps. But yeah, so because of this partnership, you know, Paramount was up almost 10% on Friday. The options were up. Same day options were up 750%, and next week's options were up 450%. So you did 7x for the same day, which I don't recommend on a Friday. I do not recommend same day options, but anybody that took it, one of our members did. She did well. You did well. If you take those next week options, you were up over 4x and almost 5x of your money. So if anybody did that, congratulations, good job. I hope that Discord was able to help you out in that regard. And we will have to keep an eye on those companies for next week. Obviously, we will see, you know, Powell spoke on Friday and he was hawkish. He was hawkish, meaning he was bearish. Talking about they're not so sure about the interest rates staying. They might go up. Yet the market pumped into close anyways. And it's been doing that since January, and I said that in my Discord. Since January, we've heard nothing but hawkish comments from the Fed, essentially, and all it's done is, quote-unquote, price in interest cuts. So the thing is housing is going to be coming due here. A lot of people's mortgages are going to be coming due, and they can't afford them at the current rates. So they have to cut the rates. The Fed has to cut the rates so that the people can actually afford these mortgages and not screw the whole GDP up. But everybody in the economics world says as soon as they start cutting, that's when you're going to have your recession. So I don't know why the market is pricing that in and considering it bullish and pushing stocks higher if that's going to initiate a recession, which we're technically already in, but they skewed the data. I know in Canada they skewed the data. So that, and there's videos and things like that on that subject, just so that we didn't show multiple consecutive months of declining GDP, which we still have, absolutely, and you can see it all around. Like the city where I live, guys, the downtown is so dead and bad that they're converting. Originally, they were going to convert 6 commercial buildings into residential real estate. Just think about that, guys. Go if you've ever been, if your city doesn't have a downtown, but you've been to a quote-unquote big city, and you go to the downtown and you look up and you see a tower, it's 40, 50, 60 stories high. 6 of those all contained businesses that don't exist anymore, that are just going to be people now. People working where? Where are these people working? I don't know, because there's no jobs. So anyways, they were originally going to do 6, and now they are doing 12. Double. And they want to do 20. 20? We have a pretty big downtown, but Jesus, that's unfathomable and insane to me to do that many. But that's just one city too. What happens when that starts happening all around? And where the hell are these jobs going? Seems to be most of them are going to India. They used to go to China, India, and Africa. So if you're thinking long term and you want to be able to get some exposure to growth companies, you're going to find that in Africa and in India, guys. And that's what I got for you for this weekend. I just wanted to touch base on all that. Wanted to touch base on the stocks that we might be looking forward to next week. Usually that kind of stuff is on the fly. We're going to see, you know, the Spirit Airlines, the Disney, the iRobot. Like the Spirit Airlines was a 401k play in the Discord. The iRobot was mentioned way back, I believe in February or June. I'd have to check. You know, longer term plays. The Boeing Airlines was as a result of an upgrade, right? Disney, long-term play. This is kind of what we've been focusing on recently, but there's always some meat on the bones to grab on certain companies and stocks that are hitting, you know, positive earnings, sentiment plays, and or upgrades. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. and hopefully next week will be just as good as ever. Going into Christmas, I would hope a lot of people are making a bunch of money. And then next year, since we were only able to get one, which one is more than anybody ever expected, which is amazing, 1 millionaire from the Discord, I would love to see that doubled or tripled or quintupled or 10x next year. You know, if I could see 10 millionaires next year, that would be my hopes and my dreams. I'd love to see it in the Discord. So we will leave you with this, a minute of silence, and we will see you guys on Monday.